My name is Dr. Susie Rose, and as the Senior Vice Dean for Medical Education, it is my proud honor to open these proceedings and pronounce that the commencement exercises of the Raymond and Ruth Perelman School of Medicine at the University of Pennsylvania, recognizing and honoring the graduates of the class of 2021, will now begin. I would like to take this opportunity to welcome you all virtually, including our trustees, Dean and Executive Vice President for the Health System, Dr. Larry Jameson, members of our 50th reunion class, the class of 1971, our commencement speaker, Dr. Rajiv Shah, the class of 1971 speaker, Dr. Gail Morrison, our class of 2021 student speaker, Dr. Michelle Muniqua, the entire class of 2021 virtual guests, faculty, parents, children, relatives, significant others, and friends. We celebrate with great enthusiasm as you, the class of 2021, have reached this wonderful milestone, even as this virtual celebration is not the one you were hoping for. You have worked so hard to get here with many joys and successes and some more challenging times, supported by your own resilience, and that has been tested no greater than in the past year, but also supported by the power of those who love you. What a year you have had. Meeting the pandemic head on, many of you re-entered the clinical arena at the height of concerns. You took care of patients, our community, many of you working to advance knowledge and science to bring us to the other side. We are in awe of your strength and your resilience. This is a commencement, a beginning, in what is still a difficult time, but one with much hope. We truly hope and expect that this will transform into a transition to a magical journey for you over many years to come. This is a powerful point of transition, and it is only right to pause and celebrate your achievements and reflect on your successes and your accomplishments. We are exceptionally proud of each and every one of you and applaud your ideals, commitment, and talents. So please, enjoy this moment. Cherish your sense of pride in yourself, your family, your school. Many of you are staying at Penn, but others are leaving. We hope you will always look upon our school as your launching pad and as a source of professional development, knowledge, and support. On a very personal note, many of you in this class were first-year students, others in more advanced years or research when I arrived at Penn, and you welcomed me so warmly and were there to show me the ropes. Your support has meant the world to me, and as a group and as individuals, I will always remember your special welcome and touch. On behalf of the faculty, I extend hearty congratulations to you, our graduates, and to those who love and support you. I now introduce our Executive Vice President and Dean, Larry Jameson.
Thank you, Dr. Rose, for your introduction and for your leadership. Welcome, everyone. However much the pandemic has transformed our personal and academic lives, the significance of this ceremony is unchanged. Graduates, congratulations. This is your day. We're here to celebrate you, the class of 2021. Commencement is a beginning and a time of joy. There are many people to recognize for bringing you to this point in your career. Let's begin with our faculty, the professors, the clinicians, the scientists, who have been role models and mentors, sharing their wealth of knowledge and experience and demonstrating their values of humanism and professionalism. It also includes the trustees of Penn and Penn Medicine, as well as our alumni and philanthropic supporters. We will honor several longstanding supporters later in the ceremony, Ann and Walter Gamble and the Perelman family. Your families, spouses, partners, and friends have made many sacrifices to get you to this point. I know you're deeply grateful for their support, so please turn to those who are with you now and acknowledge their support, along with those who could not be with you physically today. To reach this milestone, you've worked extraordinarily hard, met every challenge we set before you, and impressed us with your accomplishments. We're proud of each of you. This is a moment of great change and transition. Even in ordinary times, it is bittersweet. Many of you will be moving to a new city. As you begin internships in the next month, The learning curve will be steep, but also incredibly exciting and invigorating as you hone your skills and begin your careers as doctors. Penn has prepared you well for this new responsibility. You have proven your ability to acquire the knowledge and master the skills to serve as outstanding physicians. While the pandemic has presented many challenges, it has also afforded you an opportunity to reflect on what matters to you most, what kind of doctor you want to be, and the type of impact you will have. You have chosen the medical profession because it is a calling to serve as well as a profession. I am immensely proud of the way you have responded over the past year, both to the COVID crisis and to our nation's historic reckoning with racism. In response to the pandemic, you have shopped for groceries for homebound patients, staffed our telemedicine hotlines, worked in the EICU, assisted in community vaccination clinics, and done so much more. When the murder of George Floyd last May sparked a nationwide movement to address systemic racism, you were at the forefront of efforts to foster inclusion, improve teaching, and end microaggressions in our academic community, and to remedy the health inequities in the communities we serve. You have risen to these challenges with resourcefulness, resilience, and compassion. As a result of these experiences, you will be better doctors and better prepared to meet the next crisis. As you enter medical practice, the tools available for discovery, diagnosis, and treatment have never been more powerful. The use of imaging, minimally invasive surgery, new medicines, informatics, and artificial intelligence will allow you to make diagnoses earlier and treat diseases with ever-increasing precision and better outcomes. Those advances make many aspects of our health system the best in the world, though we are painfully aware of the fragility of our public health system and the devastating impact of the social determinants of health. You are well poised to help address these shortcomings. A better path lies before us, one that places more emphasis on prevention, access, and equity, that has a more robust and innovative public health infrastructure, that expands telemedicine and uses technology to engage patients more actively in their care, that applies cutting-edge sequencing technology and informatics to speed the development of new therapies and vaccines. As you join the healthcare workforce, we are confident that you will help build this brighter future. The training you have received at the Perelman School of Medicine, combined with the appreciation of inclusion and civic engagement you have demonstrated so well, will accelerate your impact. Our medical school was the first in the United States. It was founded in 1765, so we're accustomed to taking the long view. Soon, you will be hearing from a class member from 1971, marking its 50th reunion year, with an address by our own Dr. Gail Morrison. She's been an incredible mentor to generations of medical students at the Perelman School of Medicine, including today's graduation speaker. Ordinarily, Dr. Morrison would be joined by many other members of her class. While they could not be with us today, today's graduates could not find better role models than our 50-year alumni. They've never stopped learning and over decades have adapted to enormous changes in our profession. You will have to do the same over the course of your careers, perhaps even more so as the creation of new biomedical knowledge and the accompanying pace of change continue to accelerate. I know you're eager to begin this next exciting phase of your careers. The Perelman School of Medicine has prepared you extraordinarily well to lead throughout your medical careers. We are very proud of you and look forward to your impact. It is now my privilege to introduce today's graduation speaker, an international leader in global development with a deep commitment to eradicating poverty and improving health around the world. Rajiv Shah is currently president of the Rockefeller Foundation. 2 decades ago, he was in your place, graduating from the Perelman School of Medicine with an additional master's degree in health economics from Wharton. Dr. Shah's passion for global development runs deep. His family immigrated from India. Prior to medical school, he worked on a TB and health project in rural South India, and he returned there as a medical student. Since then, Dr. Shah has become a distinguished leader in the public and private health sectors with unsurpassed track records of improving health throughout the world. In 2009, he was appointed administrator of the United States Agency for International Development, better known as USAID, by President Obama. Dr. Shah is widely respected for securing bipartisan support that included passage of two significant laws, the Global Food Security Act and the Electrify Africa Act. He also led the United States response to the Haiti earthquake and the West African Ebola pandemic, and served on the National Security Council and elevated the role of health and economic development as part of our nation's foreign policy. Prior to his appointment at USAID, Dr. Shah served as Chief Scientist and Undersecretary for Research, Education, and Economics at the United States Department of Agriculture, where he created the National Institute for Food and Agriculture. In 2015, he was one of 6 global leaders appointed by the United Nations to review the world's capacity to prepare and respond to global pandemic threats. Earlier in his career, Dr. Shah served in a range of leadership roles at the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. There he created the International Financing Facility for Immunization, which helped reshape the global vaccine industry and save millions of lives. By any measure, this is a remarkable record of accomplishment and impact, and it is my distinct honor to welcome Dr. Rajiv Shah to our ceremony.
Hello, everyone. Thank you, Dean Jameson, for your leadership, especially over the last year, and that kind introduction. I also want to recognize so many professors here from my time at Penn, especially my mentors, Dr. Sandy Schwartz and Dr. Sankey Williams. Congratulations to the graduates in the class of 2021. You made it. As all of you know well, you are about to become medical leaders during what remains a deadly and devastating global pandemic. The challenge is not new for Penn Med alums. This is America's first medical school, and over the last 250 years, its graduates have fought yellow fever, treated patients for cholera and typhoid, hookworm and polio, and done research on H1N1, HIV/AIDS, and COVID-19. After these last few years, each of you is ready to continue in that proud tradition. And from the number of spouses, family, and friends logged onto this ceremony, it's clear you'll have the love and support to do so. Now, it's a little funny that at a time when critical care clinicians and research scientists are regularly trending on Twitter, that Penn chose someone to give this address who's neither. Still, we're colleagues in a different way. Like you, I took the physician's pledge at my white coat ceremony and dedicated my life to the service of humanity. In my case, to meet that pledge, I've had to learn to embrace change. So I'd like to talk to you today about 2 stories of change from my life. One started with a long car ride and the other on a short jog, and what I learned along the way. The first story is about how unsettling change can be. The day after I took my board exams, I woke up early for a 14-hour drive from Philly to Nashville, Tennessee, to join Al Gore's campaign for president. Actually, I think my fiancée Shivam did most of the driving as I slept off the previous night's celebration. Either way, joining a presidential campaign is not what you're supposed to do the day after you take the boards. So let me explain. When I was at school here, I loved seeing patients during clinical rounds, and my then classmates' friendship and sheer intelligence. And I really enjoyed the cadaver lab. But I also struggled with the question of whether I wanted to serve individual patients or work to change national policy. As a child of immigrants from India, I fell in love with politics watching the 1988 conventions on TV in our living room. At Penn Med, I learned about America's deep social and health inequities by participating in programs like Students Teaching AIDS to Students in West Philadelphia. And at Wharton, I learned about the role of incentives, economics, and policy in trying to achieve health for all. But I had no idea how to create major social change. So I rather naively just applied for a job on the Gore campaign. I got rejected a few times, but kept applying until they finally said I could join as a volunteer intern. As you can imagine, leaving school after more than 4 years in the MD-PhD program was a giant change in my career plan. Thanks to mentors here at Penn, I was able to take a leave from school, my scholarship, and all the expectations I'd grown up with. And I arrived in Nashville brimming with enthusiasm and ready to change our nation on day one. It didn't quite work out that way. Rather than working on major public policy ideas, I was chauffeuring campaign staff around town and making copies of old newspaper articles at the Nashville Public Library. After a few months of this scut work, I was panicked. I had left medicine, and I was not exactly changing the world. I felt like an outsider. I was ready to throw in the towel and return to school. On one dark, rainy night, I called Shivam and told her I'd made a big mistake and wanted to return to Penn where I felt comfortable and valued. She talked me out of leaving, and over the next few months I kept at it. I eventually got a proper job on the campaign, and for a few hours late in the evening on election night, I even thought I was headed to the White House to work for a president. Of course, it didn't work out that way. By January, I was back in West Philadelphia. But my worldview had changed, and so had my life plan. I was better able to understand that as unsettling and risky as change can feel, I needed that experience to pursue my real calling. Instead of doing a residency, I was asked by someone I met on the campaign to join a new foundation created by Bill and Melinda Gates. There I got to be part of the team that set an audacious goal, that every child everywhere should be fully vaccinated. To do so, we built new partnerships across industry, governments, and NGOs, and we invented new ways to finance and procure vaccines. These efforts saved millions of lives and created a template for the development and distribution of COVID-19 vaccines today. A few years later, I joined the Obama administration. As a newcomer to Washington, that unsettling feeling of uncertainty occasionally returned. When I was overseeing America's response to the earthquake in Haiti, negotiating aid arrangements alongside the military in Afghanistan, and searching for new solutions to break transmission rates early in the Ebola pandemic. Each of these tasks involved embracing change, trying new ways to solve problems, and asking others to embrace risk and uncertainty. On reflection, I really believe my most satisfying and successful professional experiences have all been grounded in setting big goals, taking risks, and above all, embracing change. I hope you will have those opportunities in your endeavors. The second story I want to tell you is about using your voice. A few months after I started at the Rockefeller Foundation in March of 2017, I was in New Orleans where I met Mayor Mitch Landrieu. We talked about how New Orleans, like many cities around America, was not only plagued by systemic racism and violence, but also stained by monuments to the Confederacy. Mayor Landrieu asked that the Rockefeller Foundation provide a grant to help take down 4 Confederate monuments, including a towering statue of Robert E. Lee. I was less than 10 weeks into my job at one of the most storied foundations in America, and I was excited at the opportunity to make a mark on such an important issue. But when I started making calls that night to discuss removing the statues, all I heard was how doing so was complicated. It was complicated because, as one philanthropic leader argued, many of those with the deepest pockets in New Orleans like the statues just fine and might not support our future partnerships. It was complicated because, as some on our team worried, white supremacists might take aim at Rockefeller Foundation offices and we didn't have the security to protect our staff. And it was complicated because the foundation hadn't worked on racial justice issues in recent years, and we were worried about looking naive on such a complex public issue. Making a statement is often complicated. For a time growing up, my family lived in rural Pennsylvania. I was the one brown kid on a big yellow school bus filled with white children. On most days, I got on that bus, sat in the back, and felt like I didn't belong. I stayed quiet. You see, if I didn't attract attention, I would be less likely to be called names, made fun of, or worse. I hated that feeling. Anyone who knows me knows staying quiet comes at great difficulty. So when I woke up in New Orleans the next morning, I went for a short jog to see the statue of Lee, which had stood cross-armed and defiant since 1884. As I stood there in the shadows of both the Confederacy and my own experience, I decided that I wanted to do what I could to ensure children in New Orleans no longer had to walk to school under the watchful eye of a Confederate general. I wanted to use the newfound authority in my role to make a statement. So Rockefeller made the grant, and 1 month later to the day, the statues came down. From that day forward, our country engaged in a debate about monuments and statues, and other communities followed New Orleans' lead. Unfortunately, not long after, a counter-reaction began as white nationalists rallied with torches in Charlottesville, Virginia, to save another Lee statue, and later the Proud Boys marched across the country, including in Philadelphia. Clearly, helping to take down a few offensive monuments did not end racism in America. But it was the right thing to do. After today's ceremony, other people will address each of you as doctor for the rest of your lives. Congratulations. You've earned it. In this country and around the world, that title immediately confers respect and authority. It is the authority that comes with knowing how to heal a suffering patient at their greatest moment of need. But it's also a signal that you're a leader in your community, in your institutions, in our country, and in our world. Your voice matters. I hope you will use it to do the right thing. When I look back on that long drive to Nashville and that short jog in New Orleans, I'm reminded of how much we all must change ourselves in order to realize the change we want to see in the world. I hope you keep taking risks, keep learning, keep growing, and keep changing. As you do, there will be moments of panic, moments when you'll wonder what you've gotten yourself into. My advice to you is to go find those moments when you're at the edge of who you are and what you can do for your patients, your community, and our common humanity. And when you get there, keep going, embrace that change. Because I found we all need to reimagine who we are and what we want this world to be. Perhaps now more than ever. Thank you, and congratulations.
Good morning. I'm Horace DeLisser, Associate Dean for Diversity and Inclusion. I'd first like to thank Dr. Shaw for those inspiring words. That was an exceptional and fantastic message. Each year, we honor outstanding teaching here at the Perelman School of Medicine. I'm honored to present the very deserving, award-winning faculty to you now. The Leonard Berwick Memorial Teaching Award for fusing basic science and clinical medical teaching, Jonathan Dunham, MD. Blockley Osler Award, Ashok Lingana, MD, MSED. Dean's Award for Excellence in Basic Science Training, Rebecca Ahrens Nicholas, MD, PhD, and Daniel Wolf, MD, PhD. Dean's Award for Excellence in Clinical Teaching at an affiliated hospital, Adelaide Barnes, MD, Yuheng Guo, MD, D. Rana Nandiwada, MD, Zeya Yu, MD, PhD. Dean's Award for Excellence in Clinical Teaching by house staff, Leanne Humphreys, MD. Dean's Award for Excellence in Medical Student Teaching by an allied health professional, Lily Feldman, NP, PAC. DRIPS Award for Excellence in Graduate Medical Education, Todd Barton, MD. Christian R. and Mary F. Lindbach, Distinguished Teaching Awards. Angela Ellison, MD, MSc. Scott Mackler Award for Excellence in Substance Abuse Teaching. Jean Marie Perelman, MD. The Medical Student Government Teaching Awards. Nadia Bennett, MD, for clinical teaching, and Frank Silvestri, MD, for basic science teaching. The Provost Award. Keith Hamilton, MD. The Leonard Tao Humanism in Medicine Award, presented by the Arnold P. Gold Foundation. Paris Butler, MD, MPH. And the Special Dean's Award. Kathleen Murphy, MD, and Neil Fishman, MD. Congratulations to these outstanding faculty members.
Thank you, Dr. DeLisser. My name is Dennis DeLugos, and I am the Associate Dean for UME Science and Discovery Curriculum. It is my honor to introduce the 50th year speaker. The medical class of 1971 reunion committee unanimously agreed to invite classmate Dr. Gail Morrison to offer greetings here today. This is a very special treat for the entire audience, but most especially for the class of 2021, as Dr. Morrison served in the role of Senior Vice Dean for Medical Education when this class arrived at Penn. Dr. Morrison is a highly respected nephrologist and is Professor of Medicine in the Department of Medicine. Dr. Morrison has been a pioneer in medicine since her graduation from our medical school in 1971, serving as the first woman chair of our admissions committee, the first woman associate chair in the Department of Medicine, and the first woman to serve as vice dean over academic programs. Dr. Morrison currently serves as the Executive Director of the Innovation Center for Online Medical Education and is the William Mall Measy President's Distinguished Professor in Medical Education. Dr. Morrison is a dedicated member of her medical school class, and we welcome Dr. Morrison to greet you this morning. Thank you so much for being with us today, Dr. Morrison.
Perelman School of Medicine 2021 graduating class, trustees, Dean Jameson, faculty, and family and friends of the graduates. I and all of my classmates in the class of 1971, the 50th reunion class, extend our sincerest congratulations to each of you in the 2021 graduating class. Having been in your shoes 50 years ago, the class of 1971 is proud of what you have accomplished and is excited for you as you move beyond medical school and enter training for medical careers in the 21st century. A famous baseball player once said, quote, "It is tough to make predictions, especially about the future." How true it is as I reflect over the 50 years since I graduated medical school. Most of our class entered medical school right after college, primarily as science majors. I was one of only 12 women in a class of 126 students. We graduated after 4 years and had a small number of MD PhDs and no joint master degree, certificate programs, or significant global experiences were offered or available during medical school. In medical school, we were taught primarily with in-person lectures from professors, otherwise known as the sage on the stage, taking notes as fast as we could, learning from textbooks, which we all bought, ones so heavy we could not carry them to school, and memorizing lots of information, never sure what was important or when we would need to recall specific facts. Our lectures and labs took place in the basement of the John Morgan Building on Hamilton Walk. We could not have predicted your experience 50 years later, which was quite different from ours. Your class was not only more diverse than ours, but had 48% women, 60% or more of you were non-traditional students, having taken time off before entering medical school. Teaching and learning utilized technology, which made lectures and textbooks virtual and available on your iPhones, iPads, and laptop computers 24/7 during medical school. And 2/3 of your class participated in joint programs leading to an MD plus degree, MD PhDs, master's degrees, certificates, and/or global health experiences. Your educational space was now the Jordan Medical Education Center, an innovative learning and teaching environment with state-of-the-art technology for collaborative, team-based, active learning. Comparing your experience in medical school with ours clearly shows that medical education has been changed forever, and most likely will continue to change. Our experience in the healthcare environment since we graduated portends transformative and revolutionary change that I believe will now impact your experience in healthcare. What will healthcare change mean for you, the class of 2021? No surprise, with medical information expanding exponentially and available almost immediately because of technology, the skill needed to succeed in medicine is being a self-directed learner. In 2010, medical knowledge doubled every 3.5 years. And in 2020, medical knowledge doubled every 73 days. That was last year. Therefore, almost all that we learned, and much of what you learned recently in medical school, may be obsolete shortly. You are prepared for accessing expanding medical knowledge because of the School of Medicine's Learning for Life curriculum, which emphasized active and self-directed learning utilizing technology. Such continued lifelong learning will be necessary to stay up to date on whatever new knowledge is generated. Learning experiences for medical students, trainees, and faculty will continue to move away from real-time, in-person experiences with patients and be replaced with virtual experiences, simulations, augmented reality, and telemedicine. The concept for my class of, quote, see one, do one, teach one, unquote, is no longer viable. Your class will need to be involved in continuous practice and training throughout your careers to learn new techniques and procedures to help you keep up and be at the top of your game. Virtual training experiences will play an important role in your future. Add to all of these changes, the delivery of healthcare is changing so rapidly that it is impossible to know how medical care will be delivered in 10 years, never mind 50 years. We learned and practiced primarily acute care medicine in the hospital setting. But already for you, healthcare has moved beyond the hospital to outpatient facilities, surgery centers, and even into patients' homes. Wearable devices that can transmit patient information directly to a doctor's office, blood pressure, heart rate, EKGs are becoming commonplace. The importance and recognition of social determinants of disease and environmental factors in causing disease will result in new, earlier treatment modalities. More importantly, patients will be taken care of by teams of healthcare providers instead of just a single physician, which will change forever the doctor-patient relationship. Most of us train to become clinicians in either private practice or academic medicine. But with the changes occurring in the healthcare during the last 20 years, many of us took on different roles and became part of the change process. My first appointment at Penn Medicine was as a nephrologist, involved in patient care, teaching, and clinical research. With my strong interest in medical education and teaching, I was selected in 1995 to be the inaugural Vice Dean for Education for the Perelman School of Medicine. In that role, I oversaw the design and implementation of the present educational model, Learning for Life, initially called Curriculum 2000, Virtual Curriculum 2000, and the design of the Jordan Medical Education Center. I could not have predicted that career path for me when I graduated medical school, since that path did not even exist. But I cannot imagine having had a more exciting and creative career. I encourage all of you to be on the lookout for changing medical career opportunities that will excite you, allow you to use your creative talents, and let you all make an impact in and on the world of medicine. Last but not least, maintaining your mental and physical health is crucial to your success. Doctors in general tend to take care of everyone except themselves. They take care of patients, family, friends, staff, and all others. We never learned about wellness for ourselves or the importance of work-life balance. I don't remember ever having a lecture on sleep, probably irrelevant since as interns we were on every other night. But you all know better. You know you need to take care of yourself, and it is important that each of you determine how you can best achieve that in a world of healthcare that is constantly changing. So it was Yogi Berra, not a physician, who said, "It is tough to make predictions, especially about the future." I don't know in 2071 who will be your 50th year speaker, nor what specific changes will be in place for medical education and healthcare. But there will be transformative and revolutionary changes to both. Your class is unique in what you have experienced the last year of medical school because of the COVID-19 pandemic. That all of you have adapted to disruptive changes in the delivery of healthcare while in medical school and still accomplished and completed all that you did is remarkable and is a statement to you being prepared for the continued change to the medical world you will enter. I do know today, May 16th, 2021, is a time not to think about the future, but to celebrate today and all of your accomplishments and successes. My congratulations to all of you, and a special thank you to your family, significant others, and friends who have supported you along the way. I end with a message from my classmates in the class of '71 to you, the Perelman School of Medicine graduating class of 2021.
Thank you so much for your wonderful words, Dr. Morrison. It is truly an honor to have you join us today. And congratulations to you and to the entire 50th year reunion class. Benjamin Franklin, the founding father of the University of Pennsylvania, is known for many famous quotes. He has said, "Without continual growth and progress, such words as improvement, achievement, and success have no meaning." Today, we take note of this moment in time as your growth continues and you progress, to recognize and celebrate your achievement and success. This is the moment you have been waiting for. We can affirm that each of you, graduates of 2021, have completed all of the necessary requirements to receive your Doctor of Medicine degree from the Raymond and Ruth Perelman School of Medicine at the University of Pennsylvania. So it is now our great pleasure to call each of you by name to recognize your outstanding accomplishments. Dr. DeCarlo Albright, Associate Dean for Student Affairs and Wellness, will recognize each graduate. As your name is called, we will pause for a moment to celebrate you, view your picture, and your plans for the future with our very best wishes of congratulations.
And now, we celebrate the achievements of each member of the class of 2021. You will notice in your programs that those honored with numerous accolades, awards, and prizes, along with those elected to the honor societies, Alpha Omega Alpha and Gold Humanism. We also have students who are in our combined MD-PhD program who have already received their PhD degree, and other students graduating with additional certificates or degrees. Every individual of the class of 2021 is uniquely honored as I now begin to call the roster of names. Dr. Hatem Abdallah, Dr. Modupe Adetunji. Dr. Divyansh Agarwal. Dr. Agarwal is a graduate of the MD-PhD program, earning his PhD in genomics and computational biology. Dr. Opeyemi Alabi. Dr. Alabi is a graduate of the MD-PhD program, earning his PhD in neuroscience. Dr. Ahmed Ali. Dr. Ali is a graduate of the MD-PhD program, earning his PhD in bioengineering. Dr. Philip Karavitis Angelidis. Dr. Andrew Azam. Dr. Mena Bakhtiar. Dr. Christina Bax. Dr. Jacob Beer. Dr. Samuel Jason Belfer. Dr. Belfer is a graduate of the MD-PhD program, earning his PhD in neuroscience. Dr. Dana Bellissimo. Dr. Bellissimo is a graduate of the MD-PhD program, earning her PhD in cell and molecular biology. Dr. Surik Beltran. Dr. Alexandra Barr Berman. Dr. Nuvid Bhuyan. Dr. Bradford Borman. Dr. Joshua Bram. Dr. Logan Brock. Dr. Joya Hordat Brusco. Dr. Laura Ashley Burkbauer. Dr. Yasmin Burns. Dr. Elizabeth Card. Dr. Alexis Chayette. Dr. Lillian Chan. Dr. Andrew Chang. Dr. Bofeng Chen. Dr. Leilani Tirino. Dr. Tirino is a graduate of the MD-PhD program, earning her PhD in cell and molecular biology. Dr. Alyssa Savantos. Dr. Cody Kottner. Dr. Claire Coutry French. Dr. Jared Dar. Dr. Nabil Darwish. Dr. Darwish is a graduate of the MD-PhD program, earning his PhD in neuroscience. Dr. Amy Davis. Dr. Davis is a graduate of the MD-PhD program, earning her PhD in cell and molecular biology. Dr. Taylor L. Delara. Dr. Samir Devalaraja. Dr. Devalaraja is a graduate of the MD-PhD program, earning his PhD in immunology. Dr. Leela Chakravarti Dilly. Dr. Dilly is a graduate of the MD-PhD program, earning her PhD in cell and molecular biology. Dr. Robert Dilly. Dr. Dilly is a graduate of the MD-PhD program, earning his PhD in cell and molecular biology. Dr. Jessica Dubin. Dr. Matthew Duda. Dr. Joe Durgan. Dr. Elizabeth Duthin. Dr. Samantha Ellison. Dr. Melody Ismaili. Dr. Ismaili is a graduate of the MD-PhD program, earning her PhD in cell and molecular biology. Dr. Daniel Raymond Ezzo. Dr. Philip Feibush. Dr. Nathaniel Fesahaya. Dr. Natanya Stephanie Field. Dr. Field is a graduate of the MD-PhD program, earning her PhD in cell and molecular biology. Dr. Kim Fern. Dr. Kevin Francois. Dr. Sarah Frankel. Dr. Joshua Franklin. Dr. Franklin is a graduate of the MD-PhD program, earning his PhD in anthropology. Dr. J. Garcia Cruz Fernandez. Dr. Beatrice Go. Dr. Jake Goldenring. Dr. Kristen Goodsell. Dr. Ben Gu. Dr. Sebastian Guali. Dr. Alberto Guerra. Dr. Sandy Ha. Dr. Catherine Harat. Dr. Maria Paula Hasbun. Dr. Andrew Robert Helber. Dr. Lara Mieres. Dr. Joshua Ian Ho. Dr. Daniel Hoffman. Dr. Alexis Nicole Holmes. Dr. Kevin Ezevekai. Dr. Ulysses Quincy Ace Contreras Isidro. Dr. Jun Woo John. Dr. Joanna Jang. Dr. Benjamin Casson Johnson. Dr. Amanda Elizabeth Jones. Dr. Jeremy Michael Jones. Dr. Isabella Jocelyn. Dr. Steve Kang. Dr. Monica Kanaganti. Dr. Casey Kim. Dr. Piotr Kopinski. Dr. Kopinski is a graduate of the MD-PhD program, earning his PhD in cell and molecular biology. Dr. Matthew Kubitsky. Dr. Gregory Kurtzman. Dr. Jackson Gordon Kwok. Dr. Carrie Lee. Dr. Shi Lee. Dr. Brenna Lilly. Dr. Taylor Judith Linneberg. Dr. Raymond Liu. Dr. Leanna Llewellyn. Dr. Robert Lowe. Dr. Neil Liu. Dr. Govind Srihari Mate. Dr. Jacqueline Mock. Dr. Michael Mayer. Dr. Elizabeth Berryhill McCarty. Dr. Sarah McQuaig. Dr. Ian Mellis. Dr. Mellis is a graduate of the MD-PhD program, earning his PhD in genomics and computational biology. Dr. Daniel Mercator. Dr. Rob Mitrani. Dr. Carrie Zimmerman Morales. Dr. Hillary Mulvey. Dr. Michelle Muniqua. Dr. Muniqua is a graduate of the MD-PhD program, earning her PhD in anthropology. Dr. Andrew Murphy. Dr. Murphy is a graduate of the MD-PhD program, earning his PhD in bioengineering. Dr. Hani Ihab Naga. Dr. Ryan O'Keefe. Dr. Mariam Olujide. Dr. Whitney Ugane Arji. Dr. Sophia Parenti. Dr. Joe Park. Dr. Amar Patel. Dr. Viren Patel. Dr. Ellie Perelman. Dr. Sarah Perelman. Dr. Michael Perez. Dr. Benjamin Isaac Phillipson. Dr. Phillipson is a graduate of the MD-PhD program, earning his PhD in cell and molecular biology. Dr. Kevin Peruccio. Dr. Elena Popova. Dr. Flo Porterfield. Dr. Catherine Rainey. Dr. Daniel Resnick. Dr. Nicholas William Reiser. Dr. Gina Cotter Russell. Dr. Nahara Lucia Sabayos. Dr. Nicholas Raymond Sachs. Dr. L. Sane. Dr. Sane is a graduate of the MD-PhD program, earning her PhD in epidemiology. Dr. Sarah Elizabeth Santucci. Dr. Hannah Schwennison. Dr. Emily Sherray. Dr. Megan Shannon. Dr. Jennifer Siegel. Dr. Anna Claire Sienna. Dr. Ian Siegel. Dr. Mark Elliott Sykov. Dr. Ethan Solomon. Dr. Solomon is a graduate of the MD-PhD program, earning his PhD in bioengineering. Dr. Angela Song. Dr. Alexandra Elena Sperry. Dr. Daniel Camargo Stokes. Dr. Philip Susser. Dr. Catherine Sigeti. Dr. Sigeti is a graduate of the MD-PhD program, earning her PhD in biochemistry and molecular biophysics. Dr. Shant Tamazian. Dr. Eric Tan. Dr. Alana Tikali. Dr. Eduardo Torre. Dr. Torre is a graduate of the MD-PhD program, earning his PhD in biochemistry and molecular biophysics. Dr. Aminata Traore. Dr. Daniel Travis. Dr. Sarah Waldis. Dr. Jia Henry Wang. Dr. Wang is a graduate of the MD-PhD program, earning his PhD in biochemistry and molecular biophysics. Dr. Michael Werner. Dr. Werner is a graduate of the MD-PhD program, earning his PhD in immunology. Dr. Jennifer Winicki. Dr. Anna Wing. Dr. Christoph Wojdak. Dr. Wojdak is a graduate of the MD-PhD program, earning his PhD in cell and molecular biology. Dr. Yanto Lin Shi. Dr. Cedric Hushuan Shah. Dr. Shah is a graduate of the MD-PhD program, earning his PhD in neuroscience. Dr. Sophia R. Yapalater. Dr. Andrea Carolina Yeguez. Dr. Joseph Lee Young. Dr. Young is a graduate of the MD-PhD program, earning his PhD in anthropology. Dr. Jason C. Zhang. Dr. David Zhang. In your graduation program, please note those individuals who have received prizes and awards. It is customary to highlight 3 of these awards during our graduation ceremony. The Leonard Tao Humanism in Medicine Award, presented by the Arnold P. Gold Foundation, is awarded to our graduate who displays the highest standards of humanism and professionalism. This year's recipient is Dr. Whitney Orji. The Nathan and Pauline Pincus Prize is awarded each year for outstanding achievement as a clinician. Please join me in acknowledging this year's recipient, Dr. Elizabeth Card. As your program notes, the Dr. Spencer Morris Prize is awarded each year to the medical student in the graduating class who scores the highest on an oral examination given to selected students based on academic and clinical achievement. It is without question the highest academic honor a graduate from the Perelman School of Medicine can receive. I am delighted this year to present the Dr. Spencer Morris Prize to Dr. Laura Hernandez Miares. On behalf of the Office of Student Affairs, along with former Associate Dean John Morris, and my colleagues, Dr. Prithvi Sankar, Dr. Jennifer Kogan, Carrie Renner, and Joe Gallo, I would like to take this opportunity to personally congratulate each member of the class of 2021 on this remarkable achievement. It has been a privilege and a pleasure to work with you, and we wish you continued success and all of life's greatest blessings. Congratulations on a job well done. Now, please welcome Dr. Jennifer Kogan, Associate Dean for Student Success and Professional Development, who will introduce the student speaker.
Thank you, Dr. Albright. Congratulations to the class of 2021. I'm so thrilled for each and every one of you, and it's really been wonderful and an honor to get to know you over the past few years. And I'm really looking forward to seeing what you accomplish going forward. It is customary each year for a member of the graduating class to address the audience on this momentous occasion. It is my pleasure to introduce Dr. Michelle Muniqua, a member of the class of 2021 who was selected for this honor. Dr. Muniqua will be staying at Penn to pursue residency in the Combined Medicine Pediatrics Residency Program. Dr. Muniqua.
Good morning. On behalf of the class of 2021, I am proud to welcome you to this wonderful occasion. First, I would like to acknowledge the people at the Perelman School of Medicine who have shaped our incredible medical education. From the trustees of the University of Pennsylvania to Deans Jameson and Rose, and the dedicated members of the undergraduate medical education leadership team and the Program for Diversity and Inclusion, not to mention the many faculty, residents, and fellows who have supported us on our journeys. On behalf of my fellow MD PhDs, I am eternally grateful to Dr. Skip Brass and Maggie Kroll for their support. All of your dedication has shaped us and so many other physicians into the leaders, researchers, advocates, and clinicians that we will become. Thank you. To the family and friends here to support us today, welcome. More importantly, thank you. Without you, we would never have made it through to this day that we have all been waiting for. Your patience through the sleepless nights, endless study dates, specialty choice woes, and match day anxieties got us through. Know that for every graduate receiving their degree today, you are the people who deserve their own diplomas. Finally, to my class, I can't believe it. We're here. Opening my regalia, I was so overcome with emotion that I honestly couldn't even try it on. Finally, the tears came, tears of joy and relief. After so many years, we're here. I am so proud of you. I'm proud of us. We survived the 4 a.m. wake-ups, the exams, the adventure of Zoom residency interviews. We did it all. I don't know that any of us will ever look at a space bar the same way again, but we made it. We have been through so much this past year, most of it unexpected. For me, that includes the unexpected death of my father last summer. Confronting death is among the hardest things we deal with in medicine and as human beings. The last year has brought more loss upon our communities than I thought possible, and I know I'm not the only one trying to make sense of what has happened. As students, as a country, as a world, we have been through so much. That said, just as we learn from the death of every patient, so too have I learned from the death of my father, as painful as it was. My dad was my first teacher in medicine. He was a surgeon at a small community hospital where he'd been working for 15 years. And when I think of what I hope to embody in medicine, I think of him. I hope to share some of that wisdom with you in the form of the lessons that my father taught me about medicine. The first lesson is that while what we do is serious, it also has its joys if we're open to seeing them. Medicine is full of moments of connection, intimacy, and even laughter. As one of my favorite residents was fond of saying to me, humor is a mature defense. Sometimes all we can do is laugh. There was a time when, grateful for his services, one of my father's patients dropped off 2 live chickens at our house as a token of appreciation. Needless to say, our neighbors were not thrilled with this, but my father shrugged it off with a laugh. When faced with the absurd and unbelievable, he always chuckled. Ever unflappable, there really wasn't much that could get under his skin. And with that in mind, on the numerous occasions where I literally followed my resident to the bathroom, or the mortifying moment when I, standing with a newborn baby in one hand and an ophthalmoscope in the other, suddenly realized I didn't know what to do with either of them, I laughed. I learned from my father that life is too short to take it too seriously. And I've learned from my patients that sometimes all we need is laughter to lighten the mood and the day. So when you spend half an hour fretting over your first momentous order of Tylenol or laxatives, smile at yourself and remember that your seniors always have your back. The second lesson is that there's a reason that we, brand new to our short white coats and medicine, spent these last 4 years, or more for my MD-PhD friends, working together in teams. That's because, at the end of the day, medicine is a team sport. This is true now more than ever. COVID has taught us that each one of us, from the environmental services workers to the nurses, the respiratory therapists to the cafeteria staff, is essential to the functioning of our healthcare system. It doesn't work unless we're all here, and it especially doesn't work if we're not in it together. My dad's funeral was attended by everyone from the environmental services staff to the OR techs to the CEO of the hospital. He befriended everyone, and he understood that working in healthcare means working well with all members of the care team. Medicine is already wildly different from when I first put on my short white coat 10 years ago. But one thing is true. We will be more successful working together than we will be divided. As an intern, remember that everyone is part of the team. And if we do it right, we do it together. Never forget, when you've completely forgotten which line is which, that a longtime nurse is your best friend. And also, it never hurts to make friends with the people who know where the coffee is. Finally, remember that we are all part of something larger. And this year, while unprecedented, has merely revealed lessons that we should carry with us for the rest of our careers. For medical students, this moment has shown us that the best laid plans are always subject to change. Yet, amidst the turmoil of career paths upended and transformed, we should remember that the core maxims of our profession, to aid our fellow human and do no harm, remain. We may be living through unsteady, uncertain times, but remaining grounded in our principles helps us to focus on what matters. Penn Medicine has taught us, above all, to be leaders in medicine. And so, as we move on to this next stage in our training, what do you want to hold dear? What matters to you about being a physician? In these next few months, the calm before the storm, we have a unique opportunity to solidify our values and pledge to commit to them. As the future of medicine, we can help shape our field for years to come. We are an integral part of rebuilding a world that is more equitable and just. This feels daunting, but In moments of uncertainty, I always return to the Jewish proverb. You are not obligated to complete the work, but neither are you free to abandon it. We all have a role. The challenge is finding it. Congratulations, everyone. We made it.
Thank you, Dr. Muniqua, for your powerful words and your inspiring message. It has been my special pleasure to accompany your class on your journey as you applied to residency. I know that our communities are in good hands with you as the next cohort of training doctors. The class of 2021 experienced a year in medical school like no other. We wanted to take some time to reminisce and to honor and celebrate you, and we present this montage to you and your guests with our deepest pride in you and best wishes for a promising future. Thank you.
Land of hope and glory, mother of the free, how shall we extol thee, who are born of thee? Wider still and wider shall thy bounds be set. God, who made thee mighty, made thee mightier yet. God, who made thee mighty, make thee mightier yet. Land of hope and glory, mother of the free, how shall we extol thee, who art born of thee, wider still and wider shall thy bounds be set. God, who made thee mighty, make thee mightier yet. God, who made thee mighty, make thee mightier yet. Land of hope and glory, mother of the free, how shall we extol thee, who are born of thee? Wider still and wider shall thy bounds be set. God, who made thee mighty, make thee mightier yet. God, who made thee mighty, make thee mightier yet. shall we extol thee, who art born of thee, wider still and wider shall thy bounds be set. God, who made thee mighty, make thee mightier yet. God, who made thee mighty, make thee mightier
As an important part of today's celebration, let's take a moment to honor two major Perelman School of Medicine anniversaries and the people who made them possible, Ann and Walter Gamble and the Perelman family, especially the late Ruth and Raymond Perelman. We commemorate these incredible Perelman School of Medicine milestones. The 10-year anniversary of Ruth and Raymond Perelman's historic $225 million naming gift for our school. The 25-year anniversary of our first graduating class of Gamble Scholars. A day like today, when we celebrate our remarkable graduates and their future impact, is an excellent reminder of what we owe to these transformative gifts and families. With their visionary compassion, the Gambles and the Perelmans not only epitomize Penn Medicine's highest ideals of advancing science, patient care, medical education, and health equity, but they have empowered all of us to make real our progress in our missions. On these anniversaries, we are deeply grateful to the Gambles and Perelmans. To honor the Gambles, please welcome Associate Dean of Admissions, Neha Vapawala.
Hello, I'm Neha Vapiwala, Associate Dean of Admissions here at the Perelman School of Medicine. For Ann and Walter Gamble, class of 1957, their investment in the Perelman School of Medicine has never been solely about improving the quality of education. It's about the students themselves. As founders of the 21st Century Endowed Scholars Fund, they have made it possible for more than 300 students and counting to receive full scholarships. In 1992, the 21st Century Scholarship started with 5 students, and this year marks the 25th anniversary of that first graduating class. Now, there are 71 current scholars, including 14 who are graduating today. The Gamble's generosity and compassion goes far beyond the financial, as Dean Jameson described so well when he bestowed our school's highest honor, the Dean's Medal, to Ann and Walter. He said, "This award represents the love and gratitude from their wonderful extended family of students, as well as the countless patients and their families who will be forever impacted by their kindness. It is a family that I am proud to call my own. Ann and Walter were present at my wedding. They witnessed my oldest child's first word, hat, which Walter can recall for you perfectly. And they send my children electronic birthday cards every year without fail." That is just an example of the impact that Ann and Walter have had as members of the Perelman School of Medicine family, but also as members of our individual lives and experiences. The degree to which they have contributed goes far beyond their generosity financially, but really extends to the role that they have played in inspiring all of us to give back in turn. The ripple effect Ann and Walter have set in motion is as awe-inspiring as it is enduring. And I personally want to thank them not only for the kindness that enabled my journey at Perelman School of Medicine, but for all of those that have followed after me and for the continued example that Ann and Walter set. Thank you so much. We owe you a debt of gratitude that can never be repaid.
Thank you, Dr. Vapawala and Ann and Walter Gamble. Just like the Gambles, Ruth and Ray Perelman and the Perelman family believe deeply in our school and our students. So much so that 10 years ago, they made the largest single gift ever given to the university and the largest single gift to name a medical school in the United States. Penn Medicine could not have asked for better champions. The Perelman family's engagement has resulted in a global model for patient-centered, compassionate healthcare, support for our students, and it has catalyzed trailblazing breakthroughs from our faculty. In the last 3 years, we've seen 13 FDA approvals and an unprecedented amount of research launched in response to the COVID-19 pandemic. In 2011, Ray Perelman received the University of Pennsylvania Medal for Distinguished Achievement, one of the highest honors bestowed by our institution. At that event, President Gutmann said about Mr. Perelman, and I quote, "Throughout your life, you have exemplified the enormous good and lasting change that grows from philanthropic leadership partnered with personal engagement. In so doing, you have helped all of us embrace what it means to work to share our gifts for the betterment of our community and our neighbors," end quote. I will always remember Ray's pride and warm smile upon receiving that medal. That said, his greatest pride was the success of the Perelman medical students, and he cherished his many moments with them. United under the name of such a prominent family, we honor their vision and generosity and renew our commitment to equitably furthering health, education, science, and healthcare for the benefit of all. I am delighted to note and celebrate the 10th anniversary of the Perelman naming gift.
We celebrate you, class of 2021, with what I hope you know is our heartfelt admiration and congratulations. I am very pleased to announce Dr. Nadia Bennett, Associate Dean for Undergraduate Medical Education, Clinical and Health System Sciences Curriculum, as the recipient of the Medical Student Government Clinical Teaching Award. Dr. Bennett has been honored with this award from our graduating students. Our students know Dr. Bennett as their champion. Her immense creativity to uphold clinical education during a challenging time, her innovative spirit, and her commitment to her patients have all been honored by our graduating students. Dr. Bennett will now lead the class of 2021 in the recitation of the Physician's Pledge, the Declaration of Geneva, a modern version of the Hippocratic Oath.
At this time, I have the privilege of leading the Declaration of Geneva. I ask the class of 2021 to please rise wherever you are. According to our tradition, I also invite all physicians present in this ceremony to rise to renew their commitment with these newest members of our profession. Wherever you may be, please speak loudly and join me in a recitation of the oath. Let us now read this oath together. As a member of the medical profession, I solemnly pledge to dedicate my life to the service of humanity. The health and well-being of my patient will be my first consideration. I will respect the autonomy and dignity of my patient. I will maintain the utmost respect for human life. I will not permit considerations of age, disease, or disability, creed, ethnic origin, gender, nationality, political affiliation, race, sexual orientation, social standing, or any other factor to intervene between my duty and my patient. I will respect the secrets that are confided in me even after the patient has died. I will practice my profession with conscience and dignity and in accordance with good medical practice. I will foster the honor and noble traditions of the medical profession. I will give to my teachers, colleagues, and students the respect and gratitude that is their due. I will share my medical knowledge for the benefit of the patient and the advancement of healthcare. I will attend to my own health, well-being, and abilities in order to provide care of the highest standard. I will not use my medical knowledge to violate human rights and civil liberties, even under threat. I make these promises solemnly, freely, and upon my honor. Thank you, class of 2021.
To the graduating class of 2021, as our ceremony comes to a close, I take this opportunity on behalf of all of the faculty who have been your teachers, mentors, and friends to express what a privilege it has been to have come to know you, teach you, mentor you, and accompany you on this journey. We are excited for you and share in your joy. We are so proud of your achievements and accomplishments and wish you continued success in whatever career path you choose as you begin your next phase in your professional careers. To all of your parents, relatives, significant others, and friends, we extend our sincerest congratulations on this very special day for all of you. Your support has been critical for our graduate success. Despite the challenges of the past year, to our graduates, we ask that you please know that we feel reassured to know that you are the future of medicine and the scholars, clinicians, and healers that will lead us forward to better times. A thank you to the Watson Highlanders Bagpipe Ensemble and the University of Pennsylvania Glee Club for providing the music, and to Dr. Rajiv Shah, our inspirational graduation speaker, Dr. Gail Morrison, our esteemed colleague, and our alumni speaker, and to Dr. Maniqua, our student speaker. Our sincere gratitude is extended to the individuals in our Office of Academic Programs who coordinated today's events, especially Carrie Renner and Joe Gallo in the Office of Student Affairs, our registrar, Chris Veitz, Anna Delaney, and all of our staff in the Academic Programs Office. As we conclude today's graduation ceremony, I personally hope that each of you in the class of 2021 find the utmost satisfaction and joy in your medical careers. We hope that you will always regard the Perelman School of Medicine as your launching pad and home, and that you stay connected with your friends, classmates, teachers, and mentors. Congratulations to all of you. This concludes our commencement exercises celebrating the class of 2021. Hats off to the class of 2021. Congratulations.